Who doesn't like periwinkle? It's everything you want. It's kind of purple and it's kind of blue, but it's kind of bright and it's kind of soft.
I don't like periwinkle.
Everybody likes periwinkle.
No, I don't.
Everybody.
I don't like it. You can't make me. And action. Nice. Yes, your sweater. Is that what you're doing? So she's released it.
No.
Oh, how do you have pictures then? Out. You put her picture on your Make 9.
Oh, it's on the test page. I just used the picture from the test page.
Which anybody can go and see.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you are in her group on Ravelry, and then you go into like you can see all the threads, like all the test knitting threads, even old ones are like still there. There's always like a cover picture. It's like in my experience, if a test is actually secret, then the person won't put a picture there. They'll say like email, like let me know if you're interested, and I'll send you a picture or I'll email you a picture. So they'll only show it to people that are testers or potential testers.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't feel too worried about it.
Hooray, you've got it on though. Do you have buttons? No, okay.
But I wove in the ends yesterday.
Cool.
I thought it was going to take, go ahead.
On that note, I was going to say we should say hello. Welcome to On the Lamb Podcast. Welcome if it's your first time. And thank you very much if you're coming back again. I do hope. I really wish that it like showed, who is viewing to know if the same people are coming back. And so that we could actually be like, hi to so-and-so.
Someday we'll be able to do lives and then we can see them in the comments.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. That would also be cool because, the grocery girls talk about not having to edit.
Yeah.
Because, oh my goodness, now that I'm editing, it takes a long time to edit. And it's not even like just the editing. It's like the waiting for files to convert and upload and do all those things. Yeah, it takes a long time.
Mm-hmm. The only thing with the lives is like the most recent Grocery Girls one. I don't know if you watched it.
I think I watched some.
What?
I think I just watched some of it.
Yeah, there were a few times where people were mentioning that people, like trolls, were kind of commenting.
Right.
Which I'm like, I don't entirely get. Like, I don't know if YouTube Live is like Instagram Live where it like pops it up even if you're not a subscriber or something, like like that it'll just be on your main page that, hey, you might want to watch this because it's live right now, if that's how people like that would find it. But
yeah,
it happened like once near the beginning where they said, oh yeah, if that person's like being trolly or whatever, just block them or report them or spam them or whatever you have to do. And then later on it happened again, but like with a different username. So it's like,
right,
weird. Like,
I feel like now the trolling is becoming so commonplace. Not that it's like, who cares? But I feel like if we were to run a live, when you see the negative comment, you would just be like, you kind of go in expecting it.
No,
like, okay, well, whatever. Troll.
I'm not worried about it in terms of like it hurts my feelings, but I just feel like it's distracting for everybody to see that.
Yeah.
Be in the comments and stuff.
That's what I mean, is like when I watch something now and I see I hate you or whatever, I'm like, you just know what it is and it doesn't take away from the rest of it for me anymore. Yeah. Anyhow, we're on the Lamb Podcast. We are a knitting podcast. We are a digressing podcast. We don't stay on topic very well at all. So grab a coffee and grab your favorite knit and settle in with us.
Or crochet.
Yes, because I am crocheting right now.
Whatever else you want to work on.
And actually, this kind of goes well with what I'm wearing today.
Yeah.
Not bad. My name's NalediS.
And I'm Tamu.
I'm the little.
I'm not big.
It's so funny.
Older.
Because last week I was like, I'm the young one. I'm the old one. Keeps marching you.
I was born first.
Yeah, you're the firstborn. I'm the second. I'm the number 2. Yeah. There you go. That's what we can do for next week. What are you wearing today? I've already mentioned it a little bit.
My sweater that I realized just as I was finishing it, that I totally said the name wrong. I actually looked it up. So I think it's pronounced Garconi.
Oh, you kept saying garçon, weren't you?
Well, it was like I was looking at the letters. I know. So it's a test knit for Soli Knits, and it's a cardigan. I totally just grabbed my boob.
Did you?
I'll have to post some pictures when it's all officially released. But yeah, it's like I was looking at the letters. It's spelled Graconne. And I know that's not how garçon is spelled, but like I couldn't think of another word that I knew. And I don't speak French. She's France French. And I don't know a lot of French words. So yeah, garçon was like the first thing that popped in my head that's like spelled similarly.
Yeah.
And then for some reason, as I was finishing the sweater, I was like, I gotta look up this word because I'm like, I know I'm not right, sort of saying it right in my head, but what could it be? So I Googled it, and now I'm like, oh, that's actually really cool. So I'm probably gonna give like a not entirely accurate description. Google it yourself to get the full story. But it is like a clothing style from like the flapper era.
Oh, okay.
Of like women dressing in a more sort of masculine form, which totally makes sense now why it's like garçon, but not.
Yeah.
So like when you Google it, you'll see like women in like kind of like oversized-ish pleated pants, oversized jackets, oversized cardigans, like that kind of style, like a little bit masculine, but still stylish.
Yeah, still a little feminine.
It's not like boyfriend slouchy jeans and sweatshirts, like put together, but more masculine than sort of the previous era. So yeah. Anyways, to me that's like, yeah, okay, that's a really cool name. Like that.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy with it. I talked before about how I was having a little bit of trouble with the sleeves because I ended up it's like I didn't read the description fully. I don't know. It's like I didn't really realize maybe it was supposed to be as oversized as it could have been. So I didn't I could have probably made a medium and had it be a little bit longer, a little bit wider. I decided to knit a small just to make it not so huge. It's not like a fitted cardigan by any means, but it's just not like.
Yeah, shorter than what I thought it was going to be because I was looking at her picture.
Yeah, so her picture, yeah, it's definitely longer. And I feel like in theory I could have gone longer, but I did not have a ton of yarn left over.
Oh, okay, then that's good.
So if I had gone longer and I don't know. I think I weighed it. It's on my project page, or it will be on my project page when the pattern's released. And I think maybe I had 30 or 40 grams of the gray.
So maybe a couple extra rows on the body.
Yeah, like it wouldn't have been much of a difference. Yeah. And I kind of for a split second I was like, oh, maybe I can go back and insert to do a little surgery, but then I'm like, oh, that's not gonna work because I got the button band and all this. And
yeah.
Not gonna do it. And it's a totally wearable length for me. I'm happy with where it is. So it's a nice in between because when I wear it, when I stand up straight, it kind of goes just beyond my waistband. So not too long that I'm sitting on it, not too short that I feel like it's cropped and it's pulling up or anything. And I sort of wonder if it'll stretch out even a little bit more because I was very gentle blocking it. It was more to smooth it, not so much to stretch it. So it might even get a bit longer. Anyway, so happy. I'm glad that I did the modification on the sleeves because I like that the sleeves fit close to my arm without being too tight. I definitely couldn't wear a long sleeve under it, but I'm fine with that because I don't generally wear a long sleeve.
That would be warm, yeah.
Fitted sweater, I don't get that when people do that. I'm like, how are you not sweating? Even a t-shirt under a cardigan some days is too much.
Yeah,
sweaty. Yeah, so I still need to find some buttons. I haven't looked at
Jason though. I was just gonna say that would be Jason to wear a long sleeve shirt under that sweater. He is the coldest person I've ever met.
Nuts.
He's actually, I was gonna say a reptile, but that wouldn't be it because they're warm-blooded, aren't they?
No, they're cold-blooded.
Oh, okay. He's actually a reptile.
That's why they have to like sun themselves and stuff.
Right.
He's the, he's the lizard queen.
Yes. You would be so happy to hear this.
Oh, man. Anyway, so yeah, I have to go through my button stash and see what buttons I have because I know I have a lot of like cutesy buttons, but I don't know if I have anything that kind of fits that like masculinity of the cardigan. I kind of want those, those like leather looking buttons that are like a dome and then kind of like divided.
That is what I keep picturing too.
Yeah, like kind of
especially for her sweater. I don't know what her buttons look like, but just like because she's got like the goldeny kind of yarn. Yeah, I keep picturing.
I just don't know if a brown button's gonna look weird with a gray sweater in the blue trim. But
can you only get them in that like bright brown? Even if you got like if there was leather that was more of like a deeper brown.
Yeah, I feel like if I can find them in black
or black,
the right way to go, or like some other like just like a flat toggle style button. So not where you could like see the yarn through, but like similar style, like domed or flat, like the toggle underneath. I feel like that'll be that kind of old man cardigan button.
Yeah.
Anyways, so my thing with like the good thing is that it's not like I'm waiting for the right buttons to start the sweater. I can totally wear it without buttons right now because the buttonholes, the way she did them, I haven't done a lot of buttonholes, so I always feel like I don't know how to do that. But her instructions for the buttonholes were really, really good, and they're nice and tight. So I feel like I can wear it without the buttonholes, and you almost can't see that there's a buttonhole there.
Okay.
Really looking. So it's not like open buttonholes and then wear your buttons. Like it kind of just looks like a buttonless cardigan. So I'm fine to wear it like this for now, and then I will find the right.
Wait for the right buttons, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't want to rush and then put something on. I guess I could just like put something on to put something on and then replace them down the road, but that's kind of a pain too. So I will never end up taking off the buttons I don't like. Yeah.
Cool.
And you're wearing your, what's that one, winter surf?
Yes. Yeah, so I was gonna say no winter butterflies. That's a hat. That's a Jenny F hat. This is boho chic, winter surf acrylic yarn.
Acrylic wool blend. It's
acrylic wool blend.
Knit Picks Mighty Stitch, I believe. In navy and mint.
Yes.
Oh, it looks black.
It does look black. It's very gray today, and my lights they're like our lights and our light bulbs because we use the energy efficient, and they like Jason always chooses like the more yellowy.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, like the other option is like bright white, and it looks like very sterile. So.
Yeah, I prefer the warm white bulbs. I don't want them like yellow, like Steve's ones that are like fully yellow, and I'm like, our house is glowing like a weird orange color.
Yeah.
Like a warm white, not a bright white.
I agree. I prefer that too. But he's always the one that goes to Canadian Tire and gets them, so and puts them in and stuff. So I'm not really complaining. It's just like for showing colors, it's not the best.
It's snowing a little bit here.
It was for us yesterday, but all the snow from yesterday is gone.
Yeah, it snowed a bit like late yesterday afternoon, and that kind of disappeared quick, and now it's snowing again, so it's like a bit of snow coverage on the deck and the grayness like bouncing off of it. I feel like I look like a spotlight on my cheek. Yeah,
a little bit. What you whipping right now? What's your podcast whip?
My podcast whip is my test knit for Jenny F.
I was like, yes, why aren't you showing it? Yeah, that's why. You can't show it.
Right. I'm on the last color. I was like, holy crow. It's like not often that I feel like a project accelerates as you get to the end, unless it's actually decreasing. But it's like a rectangular-ish, like it's like a long shape. It doesn't decrease at the end, but the more you get used to each section, because the way the sections repeat.
Yeah. Oh, I lost my hook. You showed it a little bit. I was like, ah!
Well, I mean, I could show this. It's like just garter stitch.
Oh, okay.
To see, although this yarn is really cute. I can't remember what it is. It's on a project page for something else because it was like a yeah, as I feel like as I get used to each section gets faster. So like,
especially if you're just doing garter, yeah.
Well, it's not garter the whole way. It's just this last section that's all garter. It's like,
no, I know. That's what I mean. That for that section, if you're just doing.
Yeah. This section is, I just started it last night, but I was like shocked that the last 2 sections of like actual pattern part, like how fast they went compared to how slow I felt it was at the beginning. And it was only slow because I had to keep looking at the pattern to be like, what am I supposed to do in this row? What am I supposed to do in this row? And then, it's like, once I got it memorized, it like, whoop, the last half of this project has just flown. So I think the actual end date for it is the 10th.
Okay.
And I'm like, definitely, I'm going to be done today for sure.
Are you hoping to, you're going to be done today. Oh, that's good.
Today for sure. I mean, besides maybe weaving it ends, but.
And blocking, do you think?
Yeah.
Is it like when you do a test knit, are you supposed to have it blocked and ends woven in and everything?
Usually. Yeah. Usually they want it like, I guess it depends. It depends on the person running the test. Some are more, just here's
the pattern and
best you can to get it done by that time so that they can move forward in their process. And then it gives them an idea too of like, if you didn't make it to that date, maybe you have a reason why. Like, is it personal, like that you were whatever, busy, you're sick, you're whatever, or was it something with the pattern? Like, like when I had trouble with the sleeves, and which wasn't about how the pattern was written. It was just about, I went down a size, so the sleeves were not really written for my arms. Like, so it's like those kinds of things. I think you can kind of assess how it is, and that it might help you to determine like difficulty level to kind of say on a pattern or whatever. But then I think with this one, my understanding is that it might be a project that's for another company kind of thing.
Right.
So I think it like needs to be like, it's pretty strict, the deadline, or trying to be as done as possible. So yeah. I think it's like done on the 10th enough at least to like give your feedback on the pattern, but the pattern I don't think is going to come out on the 10th. Like, I think there's probably a little bit of a window there that like if I still had it say on the blocking mat, that wouldn't really matter,
Yeah.
Just done enough that I can talk about my experience knitting it and yardage used and like all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyways, I really like test knitting. I find it very fun. If I could be like a professional test knitter, that would be ideal for me. Or sample knitter. And like find a store that wants a sample.
Right.
Knitter. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, or a pattern designer or someone who just like is able to write their patterns without actually making their samples and then wants someone to make it up for them. I would totally do that.
Right.
Yeah. Which is also why I feel like I would like to pursue tech editing.
Because you want to work, because you have to do the pattern.
You don't have to do the pattern. I just enjoy like reading a pattern that's still in the working phase, like not that I don't like reading a pattern that's finished, but I like it in the process. I like the process of getting it from A to B or getting it from, written to done. I like that.
That is not my brain. I'm like, I will help you put something together to like get like reach your goal of like, getting something published on time or something like that. Okay, what do we need to do to like get this finished? A finisher. I'm not a process person so much. Yeah. Especially with like, the abstract stuff.
Yeah. And that's the thing is like, it's so weird to like look at a paper pattern, say like look at the numbers and try to figure out like, do these numbers work out without actually picking up yarn and needles? Like when it's a long line of written text, and to look at it and be like, okay, K2 and then K2 together, so that's actually one now, and like and figure out like, does the instructions match the stitch count, and does it work with the rows before and after, and la la la. Like it's like, it seems like weird to enjoy doing that, but I really enjoy doing that. Sometimes not so much on my own patterns because it's like I've looked at it for too long and now I'm like, I can't think about it anymore. But coming at someone else's with fresh eyes is like enjoyable.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. And what else? What else are
my whipping? My
podcast
whip.
Your whip.
My podcast whip is a sample for a designer. Just doing what you just said. It's funny because I am working on what you just said. Being able to work on something for another person. Which is fun if you don't have too many things on the go for another person. I realized I was like, I want to do more for me right now.
I might be in the bad habit of starting a lot of things.
Yeah. And I am in the bad habit of being like,
it's already finished, so like the pattern on this one.
Yeah, but it's still. I just mean like it still is like I have like 7 whips on the go. 5 of them are for you.
I've converted.
I just added another one.
What?
I just added. Well, I haven't cast it on yet, but I have the yarn and needles, everything ready for another sample. Testing it for you. Yeah.
I've converted you into a non-monogamous knitter.
But in my brain, I am monogamous. I would rather be like focusing on just one.
It sounds like something you say on a talk show about whether or not you're cheating on yourself.
Right?
In my head, I'm very monogamous. Well, that's fantastic.
I want to be. I just can't. I just can't.
How about in your project bag?
What?
I said that's fantastic that in your brain you're very monogamous, but how about in your project bags?
Right, yeah. What I mean is like if I wasn't working with you,
yeah,
I would not have any desire to go and like cast on all the things.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so this is the keyed up shawl. It's an on the lamb design. The yarn is Monsoon Calamity. The boomerang gradient, like I don't know how you say that. It's boomerang gradient, and the color is Serenity.
And it's gonna be gorgeous.
Yeah. It's so funny, Jason, every time he sees me working on it and I guess for him, he can like see the growth. He's like the last one was, are you making a shawl or a plain wing? I was like, would you get on a plane with a wing like this? We're gonna
fly.
It was just funny. I knew what he meant, just the size of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it is huge, and I still have.
And it's only like halfway.
No, it's more than halfway.
Yeah.
But
look how soft the transitions are in the colors.
I know. It is. Yeah, it's quite nice when you catch it in the right light. It's really hard to tell in this lighting, but I was photographing a little bit last week just to start a project page for it, and so I had it on my floor, my hardwood floors in the hallway, and like just the light coming in from the back room, you could really see the colors.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize how much transition there was until I took those pictures. Yeah. Because we just change, like when you just change one strand of color at a time, I was like, oh, I didn't like just knitting it or crocheting it. It's like I didn't really appreciate like there was 2 changes right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So until I did those photos. So yeah.
Yeah.
Not my colors, but definitely like I would use the boomerang again.
I just think it'd be so pretty, like in the spring or like a summer wedding or something like that. Like it's so soft and like kind of a color, but kind of a neutral. Like,
right.
Like the taupey color, kind of grounding it at the beginning and the end. And then like to me, periwinkle blue, like you can kind of pair with a lot of things. And that seafoamy color you can pair with a lot of things. Like, just think
this is what it is. It's the periwinkle blue for me.
Oh, the periwinkle and the taupe together, I'm just like,
I can appreciate they're beautiful, just like I can appreciate when a woman is beautiful, but it's not for me. You know what I mean?
Who doesn't like periwinkle? It's everything you want. It's kind of purple and it's kind of blue, but it's kind of bright and it's kind of soft.
I don't like periwinkle.
Everybody likes periwinkle.
No, I don't.
Everybody.
I don't like it. You can't make me.
Just like you're gonna get to the end and you're gonna put it on, you're gonna be like, oh, I love periwinkle.
I don't love periwinkle.
Everybody likes periwinkle. People are gonna be like, This would be the thing that people start commenting on. I hate Peri-won't. I love it.
Please tell me. Okay, let's let this be like a vote and see who wins. Who does not like periwinkle and who does like periwinkle?
Everybody likes Peri-won't.
No, I don't.
I think we need to both take like a picture, put them together and do a poll on Instagram.
Yeah.
Insta poll.
I don't have followers on my Instagram, so
I'll put on my stories.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Like the button,
Gotcha.
Like the kids are doing.
Right. Oh, so you know what you could do? I'll just hold this up and then use this. I can capture a shot.
Okay.
And then you can use this on your...
That means screenshot.
Huh?
You have to make a grumpy face. Okay.
Oh, I probably should look at the camera. Do it again. Okay, go. You dummy. Okay, go.
Okay. That's the thumbnail too.
What?
I said we gotta every time we watch Cozy Up with the Stitchin' Sisters and they talk about like taking a screenshot to make the thumbnail.
Yeah.
And then when our podcast goes up and then I see like, it gives you like the 3. So if you don't know, when you post a video on YouTube and you don't actually have a picture to put as your thumbnail, which you can like put any picture as a thumbnail, just upload it separately. YouTube automatically, I don't even know how they do it. It must be like something about time, like at this time, and this time, they'll pick like a still frame of what's in your video. They're generally never good pictures.
No.
Like sometimes it's like one of us kind of looks cute, you're like that. You're holding up your shawl, but it'll be like at the exact moment that I'm like blinking or or I'm looking away or whatever. And I'm just like, it's never good. So I'm like, we got to get better. Take a note from the Stitchin' Sisters and start either uploading a separate picture or screenshotting.
Well, I did, because so initially we thought we didn't have any control over it. And I remember in their episodes too, them saying you can't choose it. It just happens. And then, but I kept thinking like, well,
it says there's a button right there that says custom thumbnail. I knew you could do it.
I didn't catch that. I was just thinking that like Christy Glass never, she's never doing an interview and it's always like, one person's like blinking weird or whatever. She always has, a nice picture with like sometimes words, whatever. Yeah. So I was like, it's got to be possible, but I just don't care enough to like try and look into anything technology related. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was starting to be on my radar. I'll play with that today. I think I know that side spot where there's like 3.
Where there's the 3 and then right at the bottom, the last thing is custom thumbnail. I think if you
it
gives you the ability to upload a separate photograph.
Okay. FO time? Faux? None? Oh, yes, you do. Yeah, you're wearing it, but nothing else. Yeah.
I'm wearing it.
What? You don't? I have 1 FO. I have 1 FO. Yours is far more exciting, so I don't know why I'm being all judgy that you don't have other ones.
Well, this is a lot of work. Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Can you move it a little bit closer to the screen?
Won't make much difference. I feel like the light's just not nice to show.
Yeah, I was just like I want to see the stripes a bit better.
Yeah, it's interesting how they worked out. Unfortunately, these ones, because
they actually match, kind of.
No,
ish.
Well,
the stripes were in the same spot, kind of.
Oh,
yeah, it's like just a little off. Yeah.
Yeah, but it looks okay.
Oh no, yeah, no. I wasn't saying it like it was anything wrong. I just like when you first held it up, it looked almost like they were in the exact same spot, and I was like, wow, that worked out well.
This one it worked out and this was the first one I cast on. It just worked out so perfectly. Like it looks really nice having the stripes at the toe.
Yeah.
And then the fact that the stripes, like the next one finished just before the fleagle started. Yeah. And then picked up again just after I finished the fleagle. Whereas this one, it's sort of strange having the stripes start in the middle of your foot.
Yeah.
And then the second stripes get incorporated into the fleagle.
Yeah.
So especially once Jason put them on last night, like when it stretched out a bit, you almost can't see the stripe happen in here. But it is cute that they finish with the stripe
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. They're socks, and for the most part, you're not going to see them. What?
Yeah. What was that yarn?
This is Regia 6-ply, and I think it's the Creation colorway.
Creation colorway or color like line? Because I don't think they have names for their colorways, do they?
Yes, they do. The ones for you, because the ones I was initially going to make for you was Party or something like that. The orange ones are Circus.
Oh, okay.
The ones you actually have are Cassis. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Cassis. And then I looked these ones up because I want to call her Shannon. Oh, Sewing Shenanigans asked me what the color was or what the yarn was or something. So I had to go back and look it up, and it's Creation. Yeah, pretty sure.
Her name's Lisa.
Lisa, but I always, because it's Sewing Shenanigans, I want to call her Shannon. I don't know why. Anyway, that's where my brain goes. So hi, Lisa, if you're watching. Yeah, so anyways, he's very excited. You know how we're talking about how cold, I'm talking about how cold he is. He's a reptile. He will massage people in knitted socks. He wears shoes and knit socks, he's like, it gets warm, but he likes it. Needless to say, he washes his knit socks very often, but he's like, it's amazing. He was just noticing like how well they're holding up.
Yeah.
And this was like, usually I guess it doesn't really matter. People do whatever they want to get the tension that they want, but I knit these on 2.75.
Yeah. Well, they're 6-ply though, right? Like it's not like fingering weight on 2.75. Like it's a little bit heavier.
No, I know. So for you and me, I usually knit with like a 3, I think, or 3.5 or something. He wanted them really tight.
Yeah.
Quite tight.
Wait.
Yeah. So that's my faux. What other things do you have on that you can show? That's a lot of rhyming. I just realized that's my faux. What other things do you want to show that you have on the go or something like that? Apparently we're in Dr. Seuss hour now.
If Dr. Seuss could knit.
Yeah.
What else? Well, I brought these socks over, but I don't think I really worked on them since last time. Yeah, I don't think I knit on them since last time. I think I brought them over.
Yeah, you did, because you had them. Well, I guess not much. I think, weren't you doing them in the hotel room?
I think I did like a couple rows, but I don't think I did not much. Nothing.
I should mention, because I said hotel room. Our families went to Niagara Falls on the weekend. Insert picture right here. And we went to a water park, which was a lot of fun, and had a sleepover, which was so cool. What were you going to say?
I was going to tell you, so I wrote a review on like Google, I don't know, whatever, the like Google review thing. And then I also went over and did a review on TripAdvisor, just because like we did have a really fun time. We did have a good experience. So like, I'm not like an avid reviewer, but when I'm really happy about something, I will write a review.
Nice. I didn't even think about it.
Oh my God, though, I was like dying a little of laughter because when I went over to, I don't think it was on Google, I think it was just on TripAdvisor, there were a couple people who wrote reviews who clearly stayed the same weekend we did.
Okay.
And who were talking about how, oh, it was great, but I think next time I wouldn't go by the courtyard because it's so loud. I was like, there were 4 courtyards there. So it's not to say that it's specifically the one we were at, but it just like, and our kids were not the only ones running around the courtyard, but the way that, so we were at Skyline Hotel, like on the Canada side of Niagara Falls, because we're in Canada. And the way that the hotel is set up, it's like, kind of like 4 cart yards, or as Miles says, pork yards.
Yeah.
It's like 4 courtyards side by side. So the rooms are like, I think there were also like hallways that had rooms, but when I looked at the one map on the back of our door, it looked like a little bit of rooms, and then it's like a square courtyard. So there's like rooms all the way around it on the top level, rooms all the way around it on the bottom level. And the courtyard was kind of like a little bit like an indoor garden with like a, hard carpet, like a little sort of patio furniture-ish looking seating area on one side. Ours had a little pavilion that had a table and chairs in it. So the kids were like playing around. And again, there were other kids playing around, not just
well, that's the thing too, right? Like it's
before
different.
our 5 even went out, there were bigger kids that were like running so hard that I thought it was someone running around above us because you could hear the like bang, bang, bang of the balcony like shaking as they ran down. And then I realized we're on the second floor. There's nothing above us. It's like,
this is the thing when you're at a family establishment, when large swarms of children get together, the energy accumulates, and it's all happy noise. Like 95% of it was just wonderfully happy. Noise.
But I got what the people were saying because I noticed. I thought the same thing. One, in the morning, some of the activities started a little earlier than we were quite ready to be fully up. Our kid, Miles was awake, but he wasn't like, I wasn't really ready to go. So that was a little bit like, really, you let your kids run up and down the hallways at 8?
Yeah, that is
that kind of like not made me upset, but I was just kind of like, ugh. And on the first day, so we were there Sunday to Monday, and on Sunday night, I think on weekend nights, like Saturday and Sunday, they play a movie in Courtyard 2, which is the one we were overlooking. The movie it didn't seem that loud when you were down there watching it, but trying to put Miles to bed, who was like exhausted at 9 o'clock at night, it was like you could hear it just the same as you could if you were sitting there watching it.
Yeah.
So that was like a little bit like, you know, obviously there was like way more traffic because all these families were there to watch this movie, and add on top that just the volume of the movie was quite loud in the rooms. But again, it's like again, this person, like the reviews that I read that were saying about it being loud weren't like angry. Like I didn't read them as like they were angry. It was just more like, now I know for next time, and I wouldn't.
Good information for somebody, like somebody totally about, because we had no idea there was a courtyard there. We didn't look.
I knew there were courtyards. I didn't realize that because we got adjoining rooms so that the kids could go back and forth without having to go into the hallway on their own, because they're 6 to 2, so I don't really, without supervision, I don't really want the kids wandering the halls. So yeah, we had adjoining rooms, and I just didn't realize that the adjoining rooms would overlook the courtyard. I think if we went back, I would totally book the courtyard again, because it was nice for them to go and like have other kids to play with if we were just killing time at the room. And for the movie, I mean, it was super convenient. Like when people wanted to go back to the room to go to the bathroom or to get something or a snack, or because they wanted to go to bed and then they wanted to get up and then they wanted to go to bed. It was nice that you just walked out of the room and the movie was right there. We didn't have to go from, like if we were in Courtyard 4, we would have had to go from one end of the hotel all the way to the other just to see it. So yeah, for us, I think it was perfect. Yeah, I agree. If you were trying to sleep in, or if you had a really young baby that you were trying to put to bed, it would have been a pain in the butt. But for our age kids, it was perfect. Like we had breakfast in the courtyard because we weren't going to like a restaurant or whatever for breakfast. So that was really nice. And yeah, it was really great.
Yeah. Good time.
Anyway,
that was just to say, you did work on that, like a couple rows in the hotel room. But we did like in 24 hours. There was like barely any stitching that happened. I knit in the car. And I didn't even want to. I was so tired, or just having fun.
Yeah. No, I totally knit in the car on the way to I have to, or
me too.
Bored or like I'm gonna fall asleep.
But it even took me a little bit to get started on the way home. I was just like, funny because I was like, I think I want to. I don't have any desire. Like, I'm just so tired. And then, like, the more I thought about, I don't really even want to. I'm like, now I have to. I've been thinking about it too much.
Yeah.
Anyways, since we're on that topic, this is how much I did on the way there. I'm a Wonder Woman sock. This is Turtle Pearl yarn. Straight vanilla tube in it. It's so pretty. I still just really wish I had, like, the gold mini. Toe, but
I like the red though.
The red is also, it's a gorgeous red. Yes, I'm glad it's not blue because I'm obviously, like I said, I'm not a blue girl. But yeah, the gold would have been even more my jam. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyways, that's how much I did in the car from Collingwood to Niagara Falls. Minimal stopping because the kids, we had like planned out exactly what they were going to eat and it was all ready, and so just had to like shoot it back to them and keep on knitting.
Yeah, it's funny.
And on the way home I worked on my keyed up.
Nice.
Yeah. What else do you have?
I think on the way there I was just working on this test knit, and I think on the way there I was working on this. I think on the way home I was working on the test knit. On the way there I was working on a new design. So I won't show all the deets, but I will show you how this yarn is working out because I love it. This is super blown out, but
yeah, it is.
For days. That's a little bit better. This is
I didn't bring the other one. Forgot.
Scrunchies and spandex. I was like, I could get the word spandex, but I couldn't think of scrunchies. Scrunchies and Spandex by Lolo did it, and I love it. I had posted on my Instagram, maybe in my stories though.
The two together, yeah.
The two together, because so I had this, and then I gave NalediS Pretty Young Thing. And it wasn't until I pulled them out to show NalediS what I was going to be sending with her to do another sample of this same new pattern that I realized that I was like, it's like they're sisters. Like they're the same, kind of the same colors, but Scrunchies and Spandex is like a bit more like neon / pastel, and Pretty Young Thing is like more jewel tone. Like it's like neon and jewel tone, but more saturated than the Scrunchies and Spandex. And I was like, yeah, I totally would not have noticed it until I put them side by side. And I was like, it's literally like the exact same colors, just like turned up to 100.
Yeah. It was on your stories because it's not on your feed.
Yeah. I probably have the pictures.
Anyways, I'll show it another week. Oh my gosh, I can't. I'm like, except for the fact that I have too much on the go right now, I cannot wait to cast that on because I want to work up that yarn.
Yeah, it's so fun. And this pattern, I'm really enjoying. I think it's really.
And you need to send that. You need to send me the pattern, yeah.
I don't really have much room, so I have to. Well, it's because it was.
It's gonna be another one of those, is it?
I started writing it, and then I realized, like, well, because I actually cast it on initially in Sweet Georgia. I can't remember what it's called, Superwash 6, I think, which is like one of their bulky weights. And so I cast it on in that so I could like kind of get the rhythm of what I was trying to achieve and have it be like a way faster workup, which is like I worked a whole like one skein in a couple hours one evening. And but as I was going, I just like I did like 2 increases one way, 2 increases a different way, 2 increases a different way. And so it was like I kept like taking notes and then realizing I didn't like that and then erasing them. So it's like I have to kind of not rewrite it. And then I mean the other thing is like the gauge is obviously completely different. So you know, something before that would have been like work 1 row. It's like now you got to work like 2 or 3 rows to achieve the same lengths and stuff like that. So yeah, just requires some tweaking before it would make sense to anybody else. Anyways, there's that. I should show you the cake. It's so cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the colors aren't great on my end, but probably it will show up better. It always shows up better on the playback. Is there orange in it?
Yeah, a little bit. It's kind of like, it's like not quite neon, not quite pastel peach. Like it's like it almost hits the neon note there, and then it's like fading to like a more pastel kind of color. Yeah, it's cute. I just like that's so like highly variegated that even if there's a color in there that you're like, oh, I'm not really sure I like that color, you just don't see much of it. Like you kind of see like just this muddled blur of fun.
Yeah.
Any other whips you're gonna show?
Well, here's the thing is like, do I want to show them? Oh, yes, Rebel just for kicks, for sure. I've been working on so much stuff. It's just like, oh, it's the last couple weeks. It's been like little bits here and there. I mean, like I have a lot of my abalone, but it's boring because I've been showing it so much. Rebel just for kicks.
Nice.
This is what I could spend all my time doing.
Then do it.
Well,
then it'll be done.
It's true. But then I'll just want to cast on something else for me. Anyways, yeah, Rebel just for kicks. I just want to get to like the fringe part. That's what I can't wait to do. And I feel like once I get into it, I'm gonna be like, oh, this is not fun at all, but I just want to get the fringe on it.
Yeah.
I love this color. That's funny because like this actually has blue in it, but it's a denim blue. So I'm like, it's just like blue jeans. I can handle that. And I think this will go so well with wearing blue jeans out somewhere and it looks so funky with the fringe. Can't wait. Anyways. And the yarn is also Flock on the Plain, but I don't know what the color is. It's DK Weight, but I should email her and see if she has an actual color. Because Onrario is probably not it. So funny. It doesn't look like a T. If you look at the letters, it looks like Onrario. But what's funny when I was listening,
he doesn't have a name for it. The name should be Onrario.
It should be Onrario. I might tell her that. Yeah. It's funny listening back to the podcast last week, and when I said that, I was like, "What a tool!" When you say Onrario, it's like, you sound like a dog trying to say Ontario. Onrario. Yeah. If Scooby-Doo could knit. Oh boy.
Oh man.
All right. Anything else you want to show?
I was gonna show you that.
Oh, and I should say with the Rebel Just for Kicks, last week I was like, oh, I have to watch the pattern so closely. Now when you're like in the large triangle, all I'm doing is just like keeping a stitch or like tracking my rows. Because you go up to like row 165 and I don't want to count all the time. Oh, you got it! Yay! That was fast.
I was right before. She's in Montreal. Tiffany of Twill and Print. Thank you for sending my pin.
That was quick. And I thought she was going to say, I don't have any left. I wonder if she holds some back for just in case.
I don't
know. Yay.
I don't think she sold out of these ones, did she?
Oh, okay. Maybe not. Maybe it was just another one. I don't remember. I just thought.
What we get. One more. Oh, my nail's in the way. It's really hard to do this while it's in your hand. One more row. Woohoo!
For you.
Between row and cookie, which I support both. All right. And also my Marl book. Oh my god, so excited about this.
Did you talk about this before?
No idea. I think I mentioned it, maybe.
I don't.
So Marl by Anna Maltz. It's oh, she signed it. Oh, nice. What's that? It is exactly what it sounds like, which my favorite thing is word mashups. I really enjoy word mashups.
Marl Fair Isle?
Marl and Fair Isle. So like, if actually a really great way to like get an explanation of what she means, besides probably a description in the book, which I haven't read yet, would be to watch East London Knits podcast. She did like a chat with Anna Maltz. Anna. She did a chat with Anna, and in it, like she just discussed basically like, I want to knit this so bad, you have no idea. Trying to like not show any patternness. It is knit in the round because I think the Marl Isle, I'm using the book to scratch my nose. I think the Marl Isle, I feel like I can't say it very well, is easiest worked in the round or is most workable in the round. So I think a lot of the patterns are knit in the round, and then the fringe is like from cutting it.
Okay.
Like, what a nice gentle transition into steeking.
Yeah.
Anyway, so contemplating what I would use for that. Same with this scarf. I believe this scarf is also worked in the round. If I can get a decent picture of that. Trying to cover up pattern.
I'm very much intrigued.
Yeah, it's really like a really cool idea. So she basically talks about
What did you say to watch the interview?
East London Knits. who is also a pattern designer. I can't think of her actual name.
I'm just going to cue it up for later.
Yeah. So, yeah, so she basically talks about how she's like, what if you could like kind of take 2 yarns and make them into one? And I'm trying to find like a good picture that sort of sums it all up so you get an idea. So it's like say on this, there's like portions where you're holding 2 strands together. So it's like you're like one color is holding 2 strands together, and like the more solid areas are just 1 strand. So it's like sort of like Peri-will in that you're, you know, working one and floating the other, but sort of like marl in that there's sections where you're going to carry both yarns, work both yarns together to create the 3rd color. And I'm like, it's like mind blowing. I'm like,
yeah, and that they really like all go together, you know, like they all.
Yeah, there's like so many cool patterns. It's like, yeah, like she does like, there's like a yoked sweater, there's that shawl, there's like fingerless gloves or mittens or whatever you call them. There's a couple hats, there's that scarf, there's a couple cowls.
So you got this book after watching that episode?
I think I had gotten it before, actually. I think someone else mentioned it, and I can't recall where I heard about it first.
Okay.
Possibly.
That's what I was curious about. Where did you hear about?
Yeah. Possibly Amy Florence also mentioned it, but I can't remember exactly where I heard about it first. But I just like got really excited, and then, or maybe I saw one of the patterns, like a pattern picture on Instagram, and then like started digging around. I don't remember exactly, but I know I'm pretty sure I ordered it before I watched that podcast, and then that just like made me even more excited about it. What was cool too is ordering it directly from her. I got a PDF copy as well as the hard copy book. It's kind of nice. So I already kind of looked around. I haven't like read it, but I like just kind of browsed through it to see what I might like to make. Mm-hmm. Anyways, I also really like having a hard copy.
Yeah.
Not every book, but you know, some. And yeah, so I'm really excited to get into that at some point. And part of what's motivating me to finish this test knit, besides just deadlines and being a good test knitter, is that a few podcasts and Instagram feeds and stuff have mentioned about casting on something green for March for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I want to cast on something green for St. Patrick's Day. And then I remembered that one of the shawls on my Make 9, I had like a sort of greenish yarn picked out for it. Oh, and it has like although the name is not at all Irish inspired, it to me has like an Irish, I don't know, whatever, nod. So I think I'm going to cast on a Dusk on the Moor shawl by Soline Knits. It's really great, like crescent shaped, and has like a little bit of like a kind of lacy, almost like a yoke sweater kind of appeal at the top, and then just like stockinette all through the bottom. And I have 2 skeins of Plucky Knitter that I bought from somebody destashing. In my head, they were more green. I have to look at them in daylight, because last night pulling them out, they read very gray, but the colorway is called Pistachio Confection. So like pistachios are green. So I'm like, I still feel like it's green enough. But I think in daylight you can see it's like a very pale, not minty, but like maybe seafoamy, sagey kind of green. So, and then like with a bit of like, it's kind of tonal with like a gray taupey kind of color with it. So,
or your Sid yarn would work. Or your Sid yarn could work. Yeah. Well, it's got a lot of green in it.
Yeah. I just want something like for this particular, I'm trying to like get back to my Make 9 and check some things now that
I know I'm thinking about that too.
I added this to my Make 9 because I was going to make a Gull Foss by Stephen West, and then I used the yarn. So this main color, the gray variegated color, is one of a kind by Crooked Kitchen Yarns called Dark Star. And that was going to be the main color of my Gull Foss. So obviously now I can't do that. So I was like, well, I feel justified in swapping my Gullfoss out for this because I used the same yarn. So I feel like that counts. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So I officially posted my revised make 9. Revised make 9 yesterday, and added this project in. But looking at my make 9 again, I was like, right, get back to the plan.
Yeah.
Like, I really want everything on that list. It's not like I don't want to knit them. I just get really easily distracted by everything else. So next is my Dusk on the Moor and possibly the Modern Mucklucks. I just also was feeling like I didn't want things that I had to pay really close attention to, and I feel like because I have a few garments on there, like I keep wanting to pick up my Banal Breeze, but I'm like, I have to pay attention to it, and I just don't feel like I want to pay attention to things right now.
Why? What part are you at?
I have to do the whole second side.
Right. So
I literally have the waist yarn all set for the provisional cast on, and that's it. I'm like, it's gonna take so long. And I feel like it's really not gonna take so long once I get into it, but it's just like I gotta pay attention to the increases and all that stuff to make it not a mess.
Yeah, it's true.
I'll pay attention.
Anyways, before you move on, we also have a plan. Well, I have a plan of something for St. Patrick's Day. I know it's really hard to tell, and I forced Ada to be conservative yesterday. I should have just had her go for it. Yeah. I have a hard time letting go. We were dyeing some yarn with some food color. We were watching Chem Knits. Actually, I did it very strategically. Ada is like me. If you ask her, hey, you want to do this thing or we should do this thing? She's like, heck no. So I just put on YouTube, started watching the Chem Knits videos of her dyeing yarn at home, and Ada's like, oh, I want to do this. So I was like, hey, let's go. So anyways, we were dyeing some yarn, and I was like, oh, I think I'm going to dye or have her dye because she's a bit, actually has a better eye than I do. This was mine. So horrible. I had a plan though of what was supposed to happen with this. It just didn't work out. So it's kind of fun to play with it too. I'm going to do some green yarn and do something for St. Patrick's Day. Mm-hmm. I don't know what yet.
There's a few greens in there too. That mystery, because I gave NalediS some stuff that I had for dyeing yarn. And there's some Kool-Aid mystery packs that actually come out a army-ish olivey green. And then, no, but it's actually nice. I really liked the color that I liked it anyways. I don't know. But I feel like our olivey or army kind of green is a good pseudo neutral for other things.
Yeah.
So you could do that and then do that for part and then do other greens on the other side or, kind of sprinkle them.
Yeah.
The nice thing with the Kool-Aid is what I figured out. It has enough citric acid in it that you don't really have to add more. You can add more vinegar or whatever you want, but you can even if you were dyeing a solid or semi-solid with one color of Kool-Aid, you can reuse that exhausted bath water to dye more yarn. So you don't have to use more acid. You might want to add a little bit of vinegar just to make sure, but you don't have to add nearly as much as what you would with just food coloring.
Right. It wasn't that much, I would say, for food coloring. She uses a tablespoon per cup of water.
It's not that it's that much. I just I liked reusing something a few different times to see different results. Even if I got a yarn I was happy with and the water was still had a lot of color in it, it's I'm happy with this, so I don't want to put it in until it exhausts because it'll get darker or whatever. I would put in new yarn to that because it'll turn out totally different. Or
I would love to have this emeraldy green.
Yeah. What was that? Food coloring or
food coloring? Yeah. So we'll see. None of it will be wasted either because I want to do that that basket that Ada bought me, that purple yarn. So I'm whatever, we can hide it all inside of that making of the basket. Or if I could find, I was watching that Arnie and Carlos episode, how they when they brush the yarn.
I meant to mention that video to you.
Yeah, when they, if I could find those, whatever, I can't remember what they're called. I have to go back to find it again.
Like carding paddles.
Carding paddles, yes. And I've seen carding before because people in the spinning process, right? You have to card your yarn.
You can buy it pre-carded, but yeah.
Whatever I saw was the like a couple of videos actually I've seen. I don't know why I went in this like tangent of like people spinning yarns. The ones I saw anyway, they were carding. Hello, Mercedes.
Just under the table, headbutting my foot for some reason.
Yeah, that's the new thing. None of it will be wasted. It'll all get used. So I'm like, that's why I have to remind myself, like, chill out. Let Ada have fun. I had to start doing mine to leave her alone because I was like, you don't want to drop it there. And I was like, what are you doing? Shut up. Do it. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, no, that carding video, I was like, hey, that would be a good activity for the kids to do. Because I feel like it's like you can't really mess it up. You just do it. I'm not saying like all the time, but I'm just like, wouldn't that be like when they're like, I want to help. I'm like, here you go. This. Because I always have those like scraps in my, ball winder box. I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. And then like use it for stuffing in their stuffed animals or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet, though. I could just, none of my children would be interested. Maybe Clark would be the only one that I could actually see sitting long enough to like, he just likes.
You don't have to, I feel like you'd be so easy to like pick it up and put it down.
Yeah, it's true.
Passes and then just leave it and nobody's like.
Yeah.
That's why I was thinking it'd be good for the kids because I feel like there's really no rules with it and there's nothing to worry about it really. Other than I think that the needles can be a bit sharp, but
yeah.
I think that's all I got.
That's all you got? Hold on one second. I have other stuff. Do I want to show it though? Oh yeah, I will say this. Within this adorable flamingo bag. Oh, it says bikini bag. Is it actually meant to be a bikini bag? Oh, it's not it wasn't actually a project bag.
I think I got from Old Navy. I think we were just at Old Navy and I saw it and I was like, it has flamingos on it after that. I was like, that's good like for a small project.
Oh shoot, yeah, I thought so. I had made a mistake. I had to frog this a little bit this morning and I should have taken the time to wind it. I'll have to stop now. My first time working up some mohair, which I thought would be more pleasurable. I like looking at it. Don't really enjoy the process. I don't know why. It's hairy, kind of sticks to itself easily. Especially when you're frogging it. Well, at least, okay, so I started out.
Yeah, frogging it's not fun.
No.
So I think it's not really fun either.
Another On the Lamb design, and they will be leg warmers. We're just kind of playing with what yarns we want to do. Tim already has a pair, and did you publish that yet?
No,
it's not.
I've shown them, I think, before.
Shown her finished ones, and I'm doing another sample. Anyways, when I started working on them with Susan Bates needles, and they were just like really, really gripping with the mohair, and I just like, it's really challenging to work with it actually. Anyways, now with the Knitter's Pride, it's going much better. Should I say what the yarn is? When you talk about mohair, I don't know who it's by.
Oh, that one is Stranded Dye Works, the legless flamingo colorway in her, I think her base is called like drift mohair. So it's like the strand is like a lace weight silk with like the mohair spun into it.
Yeah.
So legless flamingo, it's like a really peachy, corally colors all in it, and legless because it doesn't have the black speckles. If she does like her regular flamingo colorway or flamingo legs colorway, it has like black speckles.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and then there's a gray that is, it's cashmere. I don't know why I didn't notice that when I was.
It's not soft because it's like a recycled yarn. It's not soft like a cashmere.
Oh, okay, yeah, recycled merino wool. And 20% cashmere, 25% polyamide, whatever, and 55% wool. Cool. Yeah, it doesn't feel.
The label because I never can pronounce what the name of that one is.
Amor?
No, but the company is like.
Oh, the Borgo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Borgo de
And
Paris.
that's how much it cost.
Yeah. From Little Red Mitten.
Oh, what's Little Red Mitten?
The yarn shop in St. Thomas.
Okay. Cool.
Ontario. Yeah. I like it with the gray and the.
Yeah, I do too. I really like the.
I thought it would look good together, but it's just like you still have to like do it to be sure, you know.
Yeah, I really like the look
and what it wants to see.
I really like the feel as well. I was just looking to see if I brought up. I cast on the other yarn you gave me that was more white. Can't think of what that one was though. I don't. Yeah, it has a band, but I can't think of what it is. Anyway, I'm preferring this one. It's just softer and squishy. I'll have to show you another time.
Leg warmers?
For leg warmers. Maybe you send it to me for something else, but I'm pretty sure I cast it on as leg warmers.
It wasn't a sock blank again, was it?
It's not a sock blank, no. I'll just text you a picture later.
Yeah, I can't remember. Anyways, yeah, those are cute.
They are cute. And it'll be like a nice contrast to your other ones that were like really
bright, yeah.
Yeah, really bright.
The other ones I did, again, with that same mohair, the legless flamingo, but the base yarn that I used was a fingering weight flamingo colorway by Vicky Brown, who's a UK dyer. And so her flamingo colorway plus the legless flamingo, they glow. Not in a bad way. I love them.
Yeah, they are very cute.
They glow.
Yeah. Again, I have my abalone. I have my Adventures in the Wrong Side, but neither are exciting. I'll show them again when they're pretty much done, probably. I'm good. Do you have yarn? Oh, you do have a yarn position. And where's your...
I do?
Yes. You received some yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah, what did I get? It's like I came in and then because I picked it up, I grabbed it from the mailbox in the morning and I just threw it in my office because I had someone coming over to work on dread maintenance. Give me 1 second, I will go grab it. Yeah. Okay, so one thing I got was this. I think it's worsted weight. So it's by Bitter Buffalo. I can't remember why I ended up in her shop. I think somebody else got, the same colorway or a similar colorway. And I was like, oh my God, I love it. And she might have had, I was like, and I think she might have had a sale or something going on. And so I was like, oh yeah. So
did you make the noise though when you opened your package and saw it for real?
Yeah, a little bit. In my heart.
In your face was like this. But in your heart, you were like, I'm so excited.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, I feel like if somebody ever watched me open my yarn mail, some days I will be like giddy opening yarn mail, but someone would probably think I'm not happy about anything that I ever order. As we've talked about many, many times, this is not super, it's very expressive, but never at the times when you think it should be. So I open yarn mail and it's like this. And then I just go and toss it in my office because I gotta keep it out of the way of the kids and stuff. And then I'll go in my office later and stare at it and inspect it and then think about it's like now that I know it's in the house, then I can think about and plan with it and stuff like that. Anyways, this colorway is called Haunted, and you have to see it in real life because I feel like this camera is not doing it justice at all.
It's it doesn't probably show up well even on your end, and then it's even worse on my end.
I feel like in different lights it looks different. Like right now it's a little bit muted, but in actual natural light, it has a glow to it. It's so speckly and variegated, and there's oranges and burgundies and purples and blues and a neon yellow, but not too much of it. And then I feel like it's there's a little teensy bit of a brown color or something that's blending with the yellow to make an olivey green. There's so many colors going on in here. Anyways, I have this tonal brown color. I think it's called something mouse, but I can't remember, from Mineville. It's in their light worsted base. And I just feel like Now all I keep thinking about is like sock arm type sweaters.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, now I'm kind of thinking like, oh, I kind of want like the body to be like that browny taupey color and then like these to be the sleeves. But I don't know for sure. I don't know. But I feel like it would look friggin' hot because this color wire is like, oh, I just love it. Anyways, so that's that. Bitter Buffalo Haunted. And then I have been eyeing every time Republic of Wool, she has wrong side. Republic of Wool has a shop update. I go and I peruse, and sometimes I put things in my cart and then I walk away because like shipping is a lot and exchange.
I like that logo.
All that fun stuff. Yeah, it's really cool. And I just love her. My cat just made a really weird
I was like, was that my voice playing back somehow?
She's just getting really old and doing some strange things. She's literally sitting like over by laundry, looking towards the washing machine, and she's like, like, I don't know. I don't know if it's like because she's listening to us talk or like what that was. Anyway, so I just also think, I don't know what her name is. It might be Michelle, maybe, behind Republic of Wool. I just think she personally is really cool. I kind of want to be
acting, I think.
I want to be. Yes, I did see that. Congratulations. Anyways, I just love the way she puts colors together. A while ago, she had done a e-course kind of thing through, I can't remember, one of the like online course people. It was free. It was just like how she pairs colors together, like about like putting two colors that kind of go and then like picking out something kind of odd, and like how she does that, because like her colors, the way like the things that she knits that I'm like, I would never think to put those colors all together, but it looks so stunning when it's done. Just really speaks to me. Anyways, there are several updates have come and gone where I've seen this colorway and I really wanted it, and then I second guessed it, and then I went, and then I said, and then one day went into her shop, not at all around an update, just to see, because there's something she posted on her Instagram that made me think it was going to be in her shop, and she had pre-orders up for this one. And as I said, yarn names play a really big role in my decision making. So I'll add it to my camping cast on pile.
What would flossy fingering mean?
It's like a fingering weight, but not a high twist. So you can't really like, like a higher twist, you can like really see the ropiness of it. It's like more, I don't know. And flossy fingering is like what she calls one of her fingering weight bases.
Oh, okay.
75-25. Whereas other people might call it whatever. Or just fingering weight. And then last one that I've been wanting to show you, this didn't specifically come yesterday, it came the other day or last week or whatever. I have been wanting this for so long. Mustache Yarns Kama Sutra colorway. Because again, I mean, it's cute colors, but it's called Kama Sutra. Like, you need to own this. So I think, because she dyes her yarn, so this is the sport weight, self-striping, but it's like two identical 50-gram skeins twisted together. When I take it all apart, it'll make two separate matching balls.
You gonna make sexy socks?
I think I might make sexy leg warmers. Because I feel like they need to be more visible than socks might be, and I don't want to wear through them. So what I think is I have another ball of that Amore yarn in that same, like they number each of their weights. It's actually, that's the same yarn, not with cashmere, but the same brand that I used for my big wrappy thing. Anyway, so whatever that weight is, I think it's a sport weight. What I think I might do is like a leg warmer sock. So I might make a foot out of that, because I feel like it'll be more strong and sturdy. And I mean, if it wears through, I won't be super sad about it. And then make the leg warmer out of this and try to think about a way to, like, I don't know, think about how I might make the leg warmer first and then pick up the stitches on the leg warmer to make the foot of the sock, so that if the sock wears through, I can detach it and it won't affect the leg warmer at all. That makes sense. As opposed to like actually knitting them in together and then having to worry about what would happen to the leg warmers after.
Right.
A little long. Just on my body. Anyways, I was really happy about this decision. Because a few times when I knew she had stuff in her shop, I went and I looked and all she had was the fingering weight there. And if you go to Mustache Yarn's website, you can click on the like email to be notified when something comes back in stock. So I wonder if she uses that as a gauge, like if enough people click it, then she'll open up the listing again kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
That's my guess. I don't know. I could be totally wrong. But anyways, I was really excited because I know a lot of her colorways are kind of limited. Like she'll do it for a while and then she'll get rid of it. And I believe if you look at Tanis Fiber Arts, if you want to see what it looks like knit up, Tanis knit a sweater for the baby in this colorway, I think. Or started one. I don't know.
I don't know why that seems funny.
It's funny because of the name. But I mean, the colors are like perfect for like a little girl sweater, right? Like they're so soft and like rainbowish, but girly and pretty, and yeah, I'm like really excited about that one too. All the knitting.
Cool.
I need more arms. If someone could send me like a Doc Ock type like backpack so I can like knit multiple things simultaneously.
Oh, that's what you want them for. I was like, I need to like have, for me it would be like I can knit and then I can have the Doc Ock arms to play like Lego at the same time. No, you want to knit.
I could have like one arm to play toys.
Or to make snacks so I can still knit.
Doc Ock, there's 8 arms.
True.
I could have 3 pairs of arms knitting and 1 pair to do mom stuff.
I pictured it like your first day with them.
And I have like cuts on my face and like.
That's totally what I pictured you like have it on. It's just like hitting everything. You're like slapping your kids. And
you imagine I have to drive to school pickup. There'd be like arms flailing out the window. And, like,
oh my god.
The wipers would be going off because they're just hitting.
You're like, it's okay, I just need to get used to it. And you're like throwing grape jelly around. And
who wants a sandwich? There's like bread flying everywhere. And butter on the ceiling.
Oh, so funny.
That's pretty much what it'd be like. That's a fairly accurate portrayal of what it would look like. I had a Doc Ock style.
Because it's like, of course, there would be like an awesome commercial of a mom like managing everything. Like she's stirring spaghetti and making a snack and knitting and paying a bill at the same time and also reading a book. And honestly.
And if you watch like Spider-Man, Doc Ock also often uses 2 sets, like a set to walk. Like so he could like be so like the kids are like, can you make me a snack? I'd be like, oh, hold on, I'll be right back. I'm like going down the street. Or at the school pickup, I'd be like, I'm coming, guys, and I'm like in the field. I'm like upside down, like, hold on, I'm almost there.
Oh my god.
Sometimes I really wish I had like kept up my drawing skills because I'm like that would be a really good picture of like this little mom with dreads, like her purse one arm's like flailing one way and
oh my god,
dragging my kids down the street because I can't figure out how to get them to stand up. People will be like, "Do you need help?" No, I'm almost done. I'll have it 1 second.
I don't know why that's so funny. Oh.
That should be an episode of Black Mirror right there.
Of what?
Black Mirror.
I don't know what that is.
It's a Netflix. I think it's a Netflix series. I think it might have like originated in the UK, but the gist of the show, I would say, is that
holy crap, that was
they address a lot of how technology intersects with humanity, like so for better or worse, how using a lot of technology might make your life better or worse.
Right.
Obviously, like I don't know, maybe not obviously, but sometimes it ends more worse than better, like in the long run, you know? Anyways, I feel like that would be a really good episode of because it would start off like, yeah, every mom would want this. Oh yeah, those are normal problems, and then it would go like super sideways and like turn really dark.
Right. Oh my goodness.
You should watch Black Mirror. It's really good. It's good because like it's a series and there's I think there's 2 seasons now. Both seasons have multiple episodes, but it's like short story style. So each episode is like fairly separate from the ones before and after it kind of thing. So you could just watch one and kind of feel satisfied that like the story totally wrapped up in that one episode, you know?
Right.
Yeah. There's some pretty good ones. And some famous people have been in some episodes too, which is like, makes it kind of cool.
Oh, some famous people?
Yeah. The first few episodes of the first season, it was like all people I didn't recognize, which helps me sometimes get into it, that I'm not thinking about what else I've seen them in or like trying to remember their name. And then I think it's in the first season, Bryce Dallas Howard.
Who's that?
Oftentimes she has red hair. Her dad's a director.
Oh yes, Howard.
Yeah, I think she's in Jurassic Park, the third or whatever, Jurassic World. Red hair.
I was thinking Lady in the Water.
Yeah, that too.
Okay, that is her.
Lady in the Water, is that what it's called? Yeah, she's the lady.
In the water. She's the lady of Lady in the Water. Oh boy.
She's in one and hers is really good. Anyways, they're all really good in different ways. Some are just slightly more disturbing.
Right.
If you don't want to be disturbed, this is like a public service announcement to everyone. If you don't want to be disturbed, skip the first one and start on the second one and then go back to the first one when you get the tone of the show.
Okay.
The first one's a little bit like, I don't know if I want to keep watching. And then, yeah, later on you're like, oh, okay, it's okay. We'll be okay.
I don't think I want to. I'm working slowly through Bates Motel, and that's enough for me right now.
Yeah, we were watching some of season 5 last night. Yeah, it's starting to get like where I'm just laughing at it now. Like the whole thing is getting a bit much.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? Like at first I was like, oh, this all makes sense. Yeah, why he'd end up being, the way he is, but now I'm like, okay, this is getting a little bit like, and I'm only on season 2. Like, so much bad stuff can't happen to one family.
Well,
in one town. I know.
I feel like in the middle of the series, I was very into it in terms of like, yeah, obviously it's like exaggerated because it's a show, but in terms of like a lot of their backstory stuff comes out, and then you're like, oh right, this makes sense of why this is messed up and why they do attract bad things. Because like, work that I've done previously, it's like, unfortunately, like, kind of how things go. Like, not exactly like that. It's very extreme, very dramatized for TV, but unfortunately, sometimes when one bad thing happens to somebody, it makes them more vulnerable to more bad things happening.
Yes, it's just the extreme.
In that regard, there's a lot of parts of the series that I'm like, yeah, okay. And then you start to like feel more sympathy, empathy for the characters and stuff. But season 5, you just have to get there, and then you're like, okay, maybe we're done now.
Yeah.
maybe we just say bye-bye. Which is like how all series goes, There's like the good seasons and then the really good seasons and then the like should have ended last. You should have just called it quits last season.
Speaking of that, it's time for me to call it the end of this series.
Series or episode? I said series or episode?
Yeah, this is an episode, yeah.
It's like, what are you trying to say? Odd time to tell me you don't want to do it anymore.
No, I gotta go.
You gotta go. I don't even know what time it is right now.
11:35.
Holy Moses. I don't know where that came from.
All right.
Not an expression I use very often.
Holy Moses. I'm surprised that you don't fit that in other places in your life.
Leave it in there.
Okay. Well, it's a pleasure seeing all of you again. Another great week with all of you. I really wish I could see people. It feels so strange knowing that, you're putting this out there for people, but I never get to see your faces.
Send us pictures. Is that weird?
That's not weird. Send us pictures. Yes, please.
Do like a contest of like, take a selfie with the screen while watching it so we can see you seeing us.
Yes.
And then we'll give you a high five.
I was going to say, are we doing a giveaway? Is that what you're announcing right now?
Yeah, let's think about that more.
Okay, we'll think about that.
I don't know what we're going to give away, but I definitely have lots I can give.
Right?
I got stuff to give.
Okay. Have a wonderful week.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thanks for tuning in. Come back next time.
Come back on next time. Invite your friends.
So you know when we're back.
Yeah. Yarn on, people. Bye.